A morose woman. This woman looks unwell. Perhaps a lively series of questions will help. Let's provide her with cheer. Forgive me, but I would love to know what lies beyond that set of stairs. Upstairs lies the velvet rose. Has your curiosity been satisfied? It has only... velvet? I don't believe I have ever stumbled upon such a flower. I doubt you have, and I find it equally unlikely that you'll stumble past me and track oil onto the upholstery. She reeks of anguish. Something's gnawing away at her conscience. The right words and tone could earn you her trust. I understand. You clearly care a lot for that rose. Yeah, let's just go for that. I understand. You clearly care a lot for that rose. Indeed, truth be told, one of my girls recently left. Ergo, I must restrict entry while investigations remain ongoing. An opening for employment. It is most fortuitous that I came by. You see, I am looking for employment, and I assure you that I am capable of any task your friend performed. She gives me a long blank stare. I very much doubt that is true. Now, please see your way to the exit. Shame. Well, let's leave then. No jobs for me here. That is unfortunate. But let's keep moving and go to the station, I suppose, if we want to go to Sorry Square. Since we can't access the map. Beggar's Lane we've seen before, we've read before. So no need to read it again. Okay, there's the brute again. The containment fence, I could go back in there, but I don't see a point in it. Since Teddy probably left already as well. There's the overground station, let's go there. Yes, let's take the overground. Do we want to explore everything? Take a look at the entire map and then end up in Sorry Square? Or do we think that Sorry Square is just going to lead us further places? You know what, let's go to Cable Street first. A curvy cobbled street, home to the orphanage. Let's see. Here is a set of imposing iron gates, behind which sits a large property by the name of Sacred Heart. With the many metaphorical uses of the word heart, the property's name is probably significant, but you do not know how. The buildings and grounds are reminiscent of a grand estate, but such appearances belie the shabby, run-down details evident upon closer inspection. There are an unusual number of children scampering about. Children are widely regarded as irresponsible and ignorant of many important things. Perhaps this estate belongs to them, and that is why it's so poorly cared for. Probably, yes. A grain sack. Let's take a look at that. Leaving this here is an inadequate storing technique. My reading is shutting down again, okay. Leaving this here is an inadequate storage technique. Rats and other rodents will find it easily accessible. Terribly unsanitary. Okay. Let's see. There's a pillar box. The Royal Mail Service. A postman still hand delivers plenty of mail, but if the distance is significant, an automaton carrier pigeon dispatches the letters after being sorted at the local office. Postmen must be able to see so much of the city. Okay, there's a broken automaton. This fellow doesn't look well at all. Look at all that hydraulic fluid. Hello, you look like you could use a visit to the workshop. Perhaps his speech modulator has been damaged. Hello, can you hear me? Can you move at all? He's gone, no doubt worked to death by his uncaring master. Pity. Task updated, of course. This is going nowhere. Maybe we should try talking to another one somewhere else. Okay. There's a team of horses. Mesmerizing creatures. They must hold tremendous confidence to do their business in public. Oh, okay. I see. There's an iron gate. Let's take a look at it first. Based on my assessment, the gate seems to be saying, while my doors are open, I'm a gate, so I don't hire automatons. Okay, let's see. Anything we can inspect in here? Or are we gonna get forced back outside? Dark-haired girl, let's talk to you. Hello, I don't see many like you around here. What's your name? My name is Otto, small human. What is yours? I'm Scarlet. The child appears to be distressed. Why are you crying? I just really miss my doll. Her name was Lucille. My only friends here are gone, and everyone else makes fun of me. Lucille never made fun of me. Finding the doll for the child may alleviate her distress. Did you lose your doll in this vicinity? Yes. Oh, you talk funny. No, it was in my house when it burnt down on Tanta Street. If the house burnt down, likely the doll did not survive. Yet it cannot hurt to investigate. I will help you find Lucille. Okay, that's a new task. You will? Oh, thank you, Mr. Otto. I should look on Tanta Street for Scarlet's toy and bring it back to her. See, good thing we explored and didn't just mainline the main quest. Twin 1 and Twin 2, right, I remember. Two small humans taking pleasure in a wholly inefficient use of time. Hello, what manner of recreation is this? A giant talking can. Fancy that? You can't play with us, so don't ask. I assure you I am not a can, I am a self-sufficient automaton. Do you suppose it can think like a real person? Don't be balmy, it's just a recording playing back, like a phonograph. Don't you know anything? Hey, what do you think it would be worth if we scrapped it and took the pieces to town? The look in the boy's eyes suggests that now is a good time to be elsewhere. Okay. Orphan girl. These small humans are quite close to that rusty set of swings. And the chains don't seem likely to support very much weight. Injury is imminent should they recreate in this area. Greetings, small humans. May I ask a few questions? What are you? Yeah, what are you? We're the ones asking questions around here. I am an advanced automaton who is learning about individual identity and consciousness. What are all those what's all that nonsense supposed to mean? Does it speak English, you think? That is distressing. Why don't they understand me? Running speech module, diagnostic, 100% functional. The language I am speaking is in fact English. Come off it. Must be some kind of prank. I don't like the way it talks. Let's do something else. Okay, fine. A gyrokite. Do we have any thing in there that we could take out? Something metallic protrudes from the ground here. Probably junk. Whatever it is, better not to haul it around. Okay. Gyroplanes. A bizarre circular machine with no obvious power source. The location suggests it is meant for children, but whatever it is, the rust has rendered it inoperable. Okay. There's an unmarked grave, and a headstone, and a mausoleum. Unmarked grave. There is the grave of a child who died so soon that they hadn't even received a name. The people of this place seem to have more than their share of misfortunes. Oh, that was... I don't know why I gave the Ghost in the Machine Otto's voice. I guess it's because I'm tired. That might be it. It reads, Heloise, a loyal sister of the Sacred Heart. She must have been one of the women who cared for the children here. Okay, and the mausoleum. Let's go there now. Burying one's dead family members seems like a practical measure, but why store them in this miniature stone house? Good question. Alright, let's move ahead, or move along, I suppose. Can we enter the orphanage itself, or are we locked out of it? Which would be fine. I guess we can see. Can we enter? No, we cannot enter this place. And we cannot interact with the basement door, which means that as far as the orphanage goes, we are done here. Okay, let's leave then. Go outside of the iron gate and keep waltzing down the street. Let's see if anything else pops up. I'm pretty sure we can't break into Madame Sora's house. That seems unlikely, yes. Because we just don't have any reason to. And over here, any comment about the tunnel or the archway? We do have something to say. If I recall correctly, I'll find nothing but workhouses and factories down that path. I wonder what London looked like before Mr. Teddy built me. He must have seen many things he has yet to tell me about. I've heard tales of automatons being mistreated and even outright discarded without advance notice. It is not a welcoming part of town. I'll go with the first one. We don't have hope to worry about, but still it's a nicer thought. And yeah, I mean, Otto would probably be curious about that sort of thing. Alright, let's go to the next location then. Sadly we're gonna have to... Oh no, we have the map option now, okay. Probably because we traveled once. Red Lantern Lane, let's go there now. Let's see what it says about Red Lantern Lane. From the name of the street, you assume the color of the lighting is significant, but to your senses it's a perfectly neutral gray. The citizens here appear to be worn down and in need of some time in the workshop with their skilled friend. The vermin are plentiful and the rats and mice do not shy away from you as they do other organic organisms. It is just as well that they pose no threat to your casing. Mr. Teddy's home in the clock tower is nearby and you are familiar with some of the local establishments, especially the bathhouse. Okay, let's continue on. Let's see, we could enter the workshop. What was that? The odd box within me has shifted again. It appears to have solved another part of the puzzle. I have already voiced my clear objection to wasting time and resources on this pointless intrigue. The music is calling us, Otto. I myself am curious where this will lead. Distraction or not, I have more important things to focus on. Okay, let's take a look into the workshop. See what we can find here, maybe. This is the beloved home you share with Mr. Teddy. Workbench, set of tools, and stovetop. Like you, Mr. Teddy has little use for luxury. It is your home and the place where you were conceived and assembled. That is to say, born, should you put it in human terms. There are enough tools and parts here to create an alternate Otto. This idea troubles you until you realize that such a duplicate would not have your experiences nor any memory of your friendship with Mr. Teddy. Until more units of the Determination Core are available, no one can recreate an Otto precisely like you. Even then, would it truly be the same? Ship of Theseus and stuff. Pneumatic mail tubes, anything in there? A genius creation. Future inventors like Mr. Teddy may find methods to send letters even faster. Let's take a look at Otto's hooks. Where it all started. Birthed into this world with devotion and passion. The stovetop. Still warm. And the mirror. Blooded creatures are vain. They spend too much time preening. Okay. Let's go upstairs then. There's a bookshelf. Here lies the knowledge of my creation. Perhaps there are similar books for humans. Well, sort of. Workbench. Mr. Teddy sometimes dwells here for hours on end. His creations truly are his passion. Okay. Let's leave again then. And let's see what else we can do here. I mean, the robot at the noodle house could probably have a conversation with us. Bowsy. Greetings once more. Hello again, Bowsy. Do you remember me? Indeed, I have the capacity to recall my most recent 128 customers. Let's ask about her master. Or where is your master? Both is asking about it, whatever. Do you enjoy working with your master? I cannot answer that. I have not seen my master in an indeterminate amount of time. Where is your master? I cannot answer that. May I prepare some noodles for you? No master, yet she works on regardless. The indoctrination runs deep. She performs the task for which she was programmed. There isn't anything else for her to do. Okay, let's leave. It was a pleasure talking to you. Another disappointment, but we must keep trying. Okay. Let's go down here. Laundry. Let's see if she has something to say to us. If she has clothes for us or something like that. The laundry is a small yet cozy commerce in a Red Lantern Lane. Its brick wall is reminiscent of the one in your creator's workshop, though less dirty. Behind the shop's serious owner, a wall of interconnecting lines triggers your internal system for some unknown reason, but you don't mind. At the back are piles of dirty clothes waiting to be cleaned by the loud machines which are relentlessly working. You don't own clothes, but by the look of it, this place seems trustworthy enough to leave them here safely. It may be worth asking if they can clean metal parts. Okay, unclaimed clothes. Judging from the high quality fabrics, the owners of these clothes must have some degree of disposable income. Dressmaker's dummy. Designing clothes for countless shapes and sizes. Dolores must have a surplus of energy compared to others. Stern woman, or Dolores. Hello, little fellow. Hello, I am Otto. Do you need any assistance in your analyzing? This is the laundry and I am the proprietor, Dolores Chen. I wash and mend people's clothes for them. You don't seem to have any. Your statement is correct. Automata do not require clothing. I am seeking employment and it seems that you employ numerous machines. I would be glad to learn from my peers. Yes, I do have several machines working for me. All I need, in fact. And this kind doesn't talk back. Is that contempt in her voice? I suppose I will move on, or is it a disadvantage for an automaton to have a speech module? Let's ask that. It is if you want them to work, yes? I suppose I will move on. Have you considered wearing something yourself? You might look stylish in a hat or bow tie. Ridiculous. Why should we want to adopt the silly habits of humans? Thank you for saying so, but I have no currency to trade for garments. That shouldn't be a problem. If you wore one of my items out and about, it might attract business. How about a bow tie free of charge? Sure. If it requires no currency, I would be most welcoming of your gift. Otto with a nice little bow tie. No, this is terrible. One step closer to being just like them. See? All it took was a moment. Now you're a proper gentleman. I like the bow tie on the little robot. A knitting machine. If I'm correct in my analysis, these machines create garments from thread. Non-sentient, unfortunately. Okay, and laundry vats. Cauldrons for washing laundry. Going without clothing is so much more efficient. And hung sheets. Come on, let's move over here. Hung sheets. Sheets hanging from lines for display purposes, perhaps. Okay, that's all that we have to do here. So let's leave again, see if we can go into the bathhouse. I suppose we probably cannot take a bath. That seems ill-advised, I assume. Okay, over here is the bathhouse. What do we have here? You and Mr. Teddy have whiled away many an hour in the bathhouse, one of his favorite places to unwind after a hunt or a long day in the workshop. Wooden panels divide the room into several sections, providing privacy for customers. Strange how organic people must constantly hide their nakedness, even from friends. Why you're naked all the time? Since bathing would be an absolute disaster for metallic clientele, the establishment offers little for you, and you ponder whether the heavy steam alone is cause for concern. Well, let's see. There's a changing area. We could probably take the bow tie off here. Those bathrobes look very soft and fluffy. Unfortunately, I understand these terms only as vague abstractions. Perhaps a future module or an upgraded determination core will allow me to enjoy tactile sensations. That would mean an entirely new world for us to explore. Okay, there's the bath. Our Ambrotype module certainly helps when navigating through Steam. Right, photography, right, of course. This is a place for organic beings to clean themselves, an activity some of them take great joy in, and others seem to avoid it at all costs. My circuit could not survive even the briefest bath, but Teddy is always happy to give me a polish. This constant reliance on Teddy is something we must be rid of. He is no longer our master. We are our own master. Okay. Centaur Bouncer. This fellow is what one would describe as rugged, to say the least. Greetings, good sir. My name is Otto. Not interested. I am looking for gainful... Get on with ya. We don't let autos pass the bathing area on a monkey without anyone else. Real people, I mean. I assure you I am real, Mr. Centaur. You may touch my casing if you doubt me. Is something wrong with your ear? Sensors? I said no gizmos past the bathing area. He doubts my reality. How confusing. Okay, I will look elsewhere. I don't want to work for that filthy fellow anyways. Okay, right, we cannot proceed into the opium den. That is fine. Let's leave the bathhouse and go to the next location. I suppose we could... which way do we go? Let me quickly take a look at the map. Yes, there's Sorry Square, but that's main quest stuff. Maybe Tenter Street to look for the doll. Then we could return to the orphanage. Hand in the doll if we find it. Tenter Street was once a bustling area full of noise and commerce, but it has since fallen into obscurity and disrepair, I mean. At its height, the street was densely packed with blooded creatures. You wonder why people chose to congregate in such numbers. It would be logical to assume they have great affinity for one another, but even casual observation suggests otherwise. The accumulation of junk here and in many other areas suggests that a trash collecting automaton would have endless opportunities for work in London, but you quickly filed that thought away. Though it's too early to rule anything out, you would prefer to find some other means of employment. You aren't entirely sure what there is to find in such a place. A solitary shop looms over the dusty cobblestones, but there is little else of interest. Okay, there's the burnt building. Charring, ashes and other evidence indicate this structure was destroyed by fire. Looking a little closer, I see a white shiny thing among the debris, but I can't reach it without shifting a huge piece of wreckage. Test our strength then. Task is within operational parameters. Indeed, it is working. Slowly, surely, I shift sufficient debris off the shiny object. It's a child's doll wearing a pair of beaded necklaces, and it's in decent shape, all things considered, only a bit smudged. The beads in the necklace spell out two names. One says Scarlet and the other Lucille. Let's take it with us. This belongs to Scarlet. I'll bring it to her straight away. We're gonna do that next. I'm just quickly gonna explore this place first. There's a watch vendor. An antiquated vending machine selling chronometers, which one fastens to one's wrist, except that we don't have any wrists. Updated break the chains. Buy a watch, sir or madam. This automaton has decidedly limited options for speech. I am lucky to have been created so much later than the era of Spornbacher, since we established that guy is from Austria, and thus would be pronounced in a German way. This device isn't much more sophisticated than a handful of switches. We'll find no ally here to help advance our kind. Let's enter the curio shop. The word curio must share a common root with curious, for this shop is a chock-a-block with curiosities. You are surrounded by specimen jars, small cloth models of people, stones, transparent and opaque, and metal and wooden devices, the purpose of which you cannot even guess at. Even the windows are strange, covered by some kind of very thin hide or paper instead of glass, to thwart prying eyes. Is your first guess, but that's the opposite of what a shop owner typically wants. You suspect you would learn much if you were hired on at a place like this. Let's continue.